What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, today's the day that we're going to put some headlights on the Sportsman. If you guys didn't notice in my last video, I put the wheels and tires on. It did pretty well. Everyone was pretty excited to see that, even myself, of course. But all the B-roll clips, I had, one headlight in. So I suppose that I better put the headlights in, and I have them, so today's the day that I'm going to put them in. I needed to stop wasting time and do it. So this video is going to probably be pretty quick, but I'm going to install those headlights and kind of do a little time lapse of that and see how bright these things are. The headlights that I got, I'll kind of turn the camera around here and show you. So the headlights I got, they come with this little bracket. Obviously that mounts up to the front bumper, and then excuse the mess over here, and then it comes up with these recessed LEDs that will go in there. That's kind of the setup that's going to go in the Sportsman. I've always kind of been a big fan of them ever since that I've had the Sportsman. I don't know, I just never have gotten them. I've wanted them, I've just never gotten them. I've always just got some upgraded LED bulbs to put in there. But today's the day that I'm going to put those headlights on and see how well they are. They're not like the most expensive headlights in the world. They're pretty cheap, actually. So hopefully they hold up pretty well. But, it's one of those things that if they go bad, I'll just get new ones and keep getting new ones until I'm smart enough to buy some actual nice, good headlights. I'm going to do a quick time lapse of this, put these headlights on, and we'll show you the finished product, get some more B-roll shots of this thing without a missing headlight. And also, I might actually, real quick, I have that piece of plastic back there still. I literally just need to drill a hole and feed my radiator tube through, or my radiator hose through, and get that taken care of. And then after I do that, after I put that on, put the headlights on, put the taillights on, she's pretty much done until I get snorkels. And then I'm going to have to tear this thing all apart again and put snorkels in. And that's going to be a process. I'm kind of nervous for that, actually, but snorkels are in the works. Hopefully fairly soon that I'll get a set of those, and hopefully I put them in it right so I don't sink this thing, but it's part of it. So without further ado, let's put some headlights on this freaking Sportsman. Should be pretty sick, so stay tuned. So you can put these headlights on without taking the bumper off, but I found it very hard when I even just test fitted them to get them lined up perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and take the bumper off. It's 4 bolts, and it'll make it a whole lot easier just to pop these headlights in. And then the headlights do come with a pigtail adapter where you just wire it into your factory. It has the factory plug, and then you can use butt connectors or quick disconnect or whatever connectors that you want to use to wire up the positive and negative terminals onto those lights. So I'm gonna pop this bumper off and then kind of show you that process. So just time lapse right now or something. Alright, guys, let me zoom out here a little bit. To get this bumper off, or the front plastic piece off, it's pretty easy. There's 4 bolts. There's one here, one there, right there, and one right there. And then it slides right off, but there are 2 of those push pins or pop-in pins that go right here on each side, but it's pretty easy to get the front bumper off. That's why I just went ahead and took it off. But I got the bumper off. Now I'm going to install these headlights, and we'll do another little time lapse of me installing these headlights. Nothing too crazy. As you guys can see, this has been ran into a tree, so my front bumper doesn't line up very good, but it's drift stitched, and I think it adds character. Alright, so just leave me alone. It's pretty simple. There's like 3 little pegs I'll show you in a second. And I just used some self-tappers, these exact ones right here. Well, are these even self-tappers? I don't even know. I don't even think these are self-tappers, but yeah, they are, because they got that self-tapping head. Regardless, they worked great. Use some of those because that's the only hardware that it looks like is not provided in the package that I got of these headlights. But I self-tapped it in, this bracket in, it ain't going nowhere. And then there's 4 Allen bolts that you bolt in. Really, really easy. It took me 10 minutes, so that's why I'm not really too worried that it wasn't recording. Anyway, here's one side, here's the other. So I'm going to put the bumper back on, wire these things up. I'll set you guys down so you guys can kind of watch that process. It should be pretty simple putting it back together, but see you in a sec. Alright guys, it is really dark out, but I backed it out and I have a white garage door, so it'll kind of give you an idea of how bright these are. Okay, so first complaint number 1 is the beams. They're really more, I know we're on a slight incline, but even like flat terrain, they're a little high. So it doesn't really help me straight forward, but it gives me that depth, I guess, where I could look in trees if I need to. I don't know if I can like put a spacer in there or something to kind of bring those down. But anyway, they look good, but they don't perform great in my opinion. I do kind of not like the fact that they're pointed up at the sky. I don't really know how I can fix that though. But I think what I'm going to do is, since they do shine up at the sky or they shine high, I'll probably do a radiator mount light bar that shoots, like, I can kind of angle that down where it's more of a front facing, then I'll have a really, really wide view of light. And again, I don't know how much like night riding I'm going to use this for, but it is nice to still have those lights and it just does look cool. So yeah, let's take this to the woods and kind of see what it looks like there. I know it's extremely dark, and obviously it's really hard to make videos in the dark even if you have good lights, but this is kind of my straight ahead view, and you can kind of tell though if I point the camera up how much, let me pull focus there, you can see how much more it shines up in the air than it does straight ahead. So that's kind of a little upsetting, I guess. I didn't really think of that aspect when I bought these lights. I don't know if anybody else has that issue, but I've kind of noticed that, like, if you can see, like, this is literally the front of the four-wheeler, and the beam starts here and goes up more than it does, like, down and out. For headlights, kind of not what you want, in my opinion. So definitely going to have to get some more light bars or some sort of lighting on this thing for front-facing light. But nonetheless, they look good. Other than that, I mean, I like the performance of them. They are pretty bright. They just kind of shine up more than I would like. So anyway, I'm going to mob through the woods real quick, and then I'm going to wrap this video up. It's going to wrap up today's video, or tonight's video, I should say. Hope you guys enjoyed that headlight install. I know it's nothing too crazy, but I thought it was at least worth it to do a little bit of a video on, because I've seen a lot of people with Polaris Sportsmen that have these headlights, but I've never seen a tutorial on how to put them in. And it might have not have been the craziest tutorial, but honestly, it's one of those things that's very self-explanatory, pretty easy install, so that's probably why you guys don't see it, because most people are like, I'm not going to make a video on something that's so easy. But nonetheless, thank you guys for watching this video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It looks like we hit the 100 mark, but let's keep pushing. I want to go above and beyond that 100 mark. Give myself a little room to work with. I don't really like dwindling on that 100 mark. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, follow me on IG or TikTok, bigs.co, or anywhere else you might find me, but usually that's where I post. So stay up to date with me. But thank you guys for watching this video again, and we'll see you guys in the next one.